Hi and welcome to Fishing Western Australia. This week, follow Steve and I to see what we're up to. This is what's in this week's show.
And you might see a fish or two, mate.
On today's show, we've got a Bream test match with the Aussie's secret weapon,
Oi, oi, oi.
Kevin Bloody Wilson. We'll also target the elusive triple tail, and Marshy will come face to face with one of his greatest fears.
Last year we had a test match, the Bream test match it was. Aussies versus the Poms, and well, we did win, so the Aussies have recalled the match again, and I'm with my old mate Pommy Dave, Billy Connolly, and well, I think we're going to go all right today. And what about you, Steve? What do you think?
I think he's full of it, folks. I think last year we were robbed. And just to make sure that the Aussies have the upper hand this time, I've got my good friend, Swervin' Mervin, Ira Feldberg from the Fishing WA magazine. He's the closest thing to a Bream expert I know, but we've got a secret weapon.
And who's that then?
I don't know, he hasn't turned up yet, mate.
Secret weapon?
Oh, here he comes.
He's typical.
Kevin Bloody Wilson.
Oh no!
Late as usual.
We're in trouble now.
How you going, Kev?
We started yet?
I see you got all the supplies there.
Oh, this is the pommy side, is it?
That's it, Kev.
I wasn't quite
Father
sure
and
whether it was
son.
the bait or the poms I could smell, mate.
Fighting words.
Bit of sledging before the match, what do you
Nothing
reckon?
wrong with a bit of sledging, mate. The Aussies are good at that. I'll tell you what, we're going to get rigged up, but here's Tony to look at the pitch report.
Just a bit of a pits report before we get started. As you can see, it's just a little bit damp here, but we think that there's water coming in from somewhere. There's a bit of a damp spot over here, as you notice, and it's cracking up the pitch. Oh, here we are. I think we found the cause of where all the water's coming from. Down through here into the main body of water, where hopefully all our fish will be for today. It's Australia versus England in the fishing competition along the Swan River. It doesn't get any better than this. So let's throw to you, Steve, and let the games begin. Oh shit, I've lost my keys.
Thanks, Tony, Kev, whoever. Anyway, players are ready, umpires ready. I hope the fish are ready. Let's get down to it.
Right, Ian, any amount of shot?
Yeah.
Anything else you need?
Um,
I've probably got a
boxing glove?
I've got a
Oh,
boxing glove.
we'll use that later. We'll use that later.
For the final punch, mate.
That's it,
the
mate.
one. We'll keep that for later.
Jeez, Kev, they look pretty comfortable. I tell you what, we've got a bit of a secret up our sleeves here.
I see you bring that in, yeah.
Bit of spray of the old chum line.
What is it, like aftershave for prawns or something?
Oh, I tell you what,
Oh, look at it.
I don't reckon that'll work at the nightclub. Gonna work on the fish though.
That's not going to work in a nightclub, I'll give you the mail.
Now, I think they've got some secret weapons over there, but we've got some too. And for all the Poms watching, this will make you smile. What we've got is some beautiful sweet corn. Now that works for everything. So we're using sweet corn at the moment and having a few bites. So I've got one on right now, and I reckon them Aussies. What do you reckon? They'll be there. They'll be there with their eskies and everything.
Yeah, but we're comfortable.
Oh, we are. They'll be sitting on the ground and all sorts of
And
things.
we're in for the long haul. We know all about how to do this.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sit
right.
back and relax.
Sit back and relax and enjoy fishing.
Yes, for sure. Ooh, and I've got a bite now too, so I think they like that sweet corn too. But don't tell the Aussies. We'll get the luncheon meat out in a minute.
And the cheese.
And the cheese and
And the
the dog
wogs.
biscuits and quite a smorgasbord.
And we've got it.
Kevy, you got one, mate.
One for Australia.
I got one going too.
One
Wind him
for
in, wind him in.
Oh, have a look at that.
Do you want a net for that, Kev?
Have a bloody look at that.
Bring it here. I'll fall in myself. Well, I reckon, mate, they all count.
Nice crumbed.
Have
Yeah.
a look at that. That's a huge fish. One for the Aussies. Go Oz.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Kev, I must protest about that fish, unfortunately. The third umpire actually saw Steve hand you that rod. So,
That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
All right.
No, that. The Poms, they'll use any tactic to beat us.
oh. Now let me show you something, Kev. These are some scales from a barramundi that we caught, and they were quite as big as your fish, really. So, I mean, what have you got to bring that in for the Aussies?
Only a Pom would carry a fish scale around in his wallet.
So,
So what have the Aussies
make
got?
it smell better.
So what have you got then?
Try that, mate. That's a plectrum.
Ah.
That's off a guitar fish.
Yeah, I've heard about them.
Very, very rare.
They're quite a musical fish, aren't
yeah,
they?
very, yeah. Trumpeter. You've heard of a trumpeter? Well, this is.
Oh yeah, is that like a band thing?
Well, it's the same relative. It's a.
Oh, it's in the same sort of species.
Yeah.
Oh, he's tiny. He won't take it. Come on. Don't go to the Pom's bait. Keep this way. Come on. Come this way. Oh no, he went over to the Pom.
Marshall, you got it?
Yes!
Oh no. No, that's my fish. No.
Not very big though.
That's my fish.
It's a fish.
No, oh, it's only a grunter. Now.
That's alright, they count.
No, they don't.
They do today.
Did we agree on that?
We did.
Suppose I'm a bit late with these.
No, mate, you're just in time actually because that's my fish, Marshy. So I just wanted to do a bit of surgery. Hold still. No,
Nose hair. Beautiful. Little
Well-
tiny grunter. Very prolific in the river. Little black spots on his tail. There he goes. And I reckon there'll be a few more of them today, guys.
1-1. But on count back, Aussies are still ahead.
Yeah, but at least I landed that fish on my own.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
I reckon mine was heavier.
Now, one of the things a lot of people don't realise about bream is they're extremely slow growing, aren't they? You've done a lot of research into how bream actually grow.
They are very, very slow to grow. A big bream of, say, a kilo or over can be anything up to 15 years old.
Wow.
And a really, really big bream, you know, the top end of the scale, sort of 2 kilo fish and over, the scientists have proved that they can be anything to 25 to 30 years old. And that's
whiz.
a very long time for an animal to survive, particularly in a heavily fished area like the Perth metropolitan area.
Now, what sort of bait would you prefer? You say not packet prawns. Today we're using packet prawns because it's convenient. It's something everyone can do. But if you were going out in a hardcore bream session, what would you take with you?
To be honest, I'd probably take a few options because with bream, the type of fish I think you could fish for them for 15 years and still never work them out.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing to probably tell people is to be adaptable. Have a look around you, have a look in your surroundings, what's going on, is there shrimp around? I'd be probably inclined to take a few baits, possibly something like mullet, strips, you know, some packet prawns, bloodworms, shrimp. Yeah, just be adaptable. Try not to stick to one thing all the time because they are fussy and they will change their diet, definitely, depending on the season.
Now, it's coming into the start of summer, mate. At this time of year, where would you expect to find bream and what do they do during the year? How do they move about?
Bream won't live in full salt water, but they won't live in full fresh water. They live in like what they call brackish water, which is sort of middle of the range. And as we get no rains in summer and the tidal surges increase further up the river, the bream will basically move back up the river.
I tell you what.
Oh, look at the size of that!
It just about is a key ring too, isn't it? If we join in with the other one, I don't think they're together collectively legal size, are they? They're such a pretty little fish.
What is the legal size?
There's 25 centimetres, mate. And I'll tell you another
So
thing
what's
too.
this size? It's about...
Oh, about 3. I'll tell you another thing too. The skill actually isn't in catching the big ones because the small ones are way harder to catch. So.
Well, we had the camera rolling when we just told them to turn it off and we put on
Oh yeah, the big ones. We don't want to see them. We want to see the small ones because that's where the true skill lies, mate.
It's like mutton and lamb, isn't it?
Now treat these little bream carefully. Treat them with respect and they'll grow to bigger fish. Just hold him on station. Let him figure out what's going on. He's seen Kevin Bloody Wilson, so he's going to be a bit stressed out. Off he goes.
Yep. Oh, right close in two, mine. Beautiful. I'm not even going to get up. I'm not even going to get up. Mate, no, you can leave that alone.
Put the chair over there.
He was going to knock
Oh,
that
he's
off.
getting physical out of you.
He was going to knock that off.
Oh,
It's a key ring.
I went for the quick single and the bowler gave me the charge.
Now have a look at that. Change the tactics. Little tiny hooks, because they're obviously little tiny keyring fish, and would make a nice addition to anybody's necklace or anything else. But beautiful conditioned fish, and well, I think that makes the score 2-2.
Oh, that's a necklace for Kevin's earring.
That'll go with Kev's other two fish.
Kevy, you got a run here, mate.
What?
Now, hang on. And they're very timid bream. So no, don't go. Let him go with it. Let him go with it first.
Okay.
Oh, he's wait. Put your bail arm over. Wait for him to take up the slack.
Well, here he comes.
I think you got him, mate.
Mate, it's a whale. This is a whale.
I'm not sure it's a whale. No, it's definitely a fish. It's not a
Feels like
stick.
whale. Look at the bend in the rod. It's a whale, mate.
Don't lose him, Kev. This is the run that puts us ahead at the bottom of the ninth, mate.
I know, this is the extra one, isn't it? Oh, geez, he's really going for it too. I told you it was a whale. Have a look at him.
Hey,
Have
boys.
a look at this.
Hey, how's this, eh?
This has got to be almost a legal size.
He's my secret weapon, old Kev. Oh, mate, it's not a brim. Ow! It's a grunter.
A grunter.
A sharp grunter.
Oh, you wouldn't want to be a big brother of that fella, would you?
Oh, look at that. He's got me. Now I'm bleeding. There you go. The things we do for our country, mate.
Well, we may not have got too many fish, but at least I got a song out of it. Well, the fish ain't biting, but the skeeters are. Little buggers gone hiding, they don't want to get caught. Too nice a day to be dangling on the end of a line. But a bad day's fishing beats a good day's work every time. Well, a little old worm around a big old hook. He don't mind the water 'cause it's keeping him cool. He's a swimming around down there just to have a good time. But a bad day's fishing beats a good day's work every time. Well, a bad day's fishing ain't a bad day at all, just as long as you're a-wetting the line. And when the man up above, he's a-tallying up, he's gonna look down at you and he'll smile. And he'll say a day spent fishing is good for your soul, so I'll just add it to the end of your life. And a bad day's fishing means a good day's work every time.
They're all gone.
Well, we've had a great time here on the Swan River with all the guys. Really good comp. Thanks to Kev as well.
My
You've been
pleasure.
an absolute legend, Kev.
I'm really sorry you didn't win.
So don't forget, if you want a great afternoon's fishing anywhere on the Swan River, bring your mates down. It's